if Caitlin Clark was on the Megan Rapinoe team, Angel Reese would have gotten annihilated for taunting her. That's what I believe in. Caitlin Clark, Steve, has put up a picture of herself on Instagram with her boyfriend, who I think his name's Connor McCaffrey. His dad is actually the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team, so he's part of the Iowa basketball family. He's a former Iowa basketball player. This caused quite a ruckus and stir over social media. Caitlin Clark plays for the right team, plays for the heterosexual team, and I'm not surprised. I think some people are acting like they're surprised. I'm not. I'm telling you, I could tell by the way the media treated her during the NCAA tournament and how much they were in the bag for LSU and Angel Reese and how people reacted to Angel Reese taunting her and becoming the star. I was like, oh, Caitlin Clark, she went to a Catholic high school, I believe. Oh, she's got some religious faith. These people don't like her. And lo and behold, she doesn't play on the Megan Rapinoe team. They really don't like her. I don't know why. I'm thrilled about this. I hope that Caitlin Clark and this Connor McCaffrey, I hope they get married and live happily ever after. And she is now officially my favorite college athlete. Am I wrong for thinking this way, Steve?
So wait a minute. So now Caitlin Clark, the only thing she doesn't have in common with a lot of her colleagues is not just the color of her skin now. That's what you're saying. Wow. That is some old-fashioned American Midwestern values. You know what? Niall Kinnick would approve. Hayden Fry would approve. And you know what? I think A.C. Earl would approve, as would Roy Marble. They would all approve. Hawkeye Nation, you are a serious person, Caitlin Clark. You're the type of person that we can rally around. Now, look, unlike old Jason Simplock, I will not watch a single game. I don't really care. But thumbs up to you, Miss Clark. Good job for standing up for American values.
Oh, my God. He just called me Simplock. That name's going to catch on because it's halfway appropriate, because I will be simping for Caitlin Clark. I don't care who doesn't like it. TJ, do you share my feelings here, or am I just simping?
Oh, I don't think you're simping. I actually liked watching her play. That was one of the deals.
He's going to watch her play. She's the most exciting player.
And so I'm on board with that. You can almost, I mean, it's just, look, I was around a lot of the female basketball players. It's very easy to see which ones are gay and which ones aren't. I would have been stunned if she was gay.
Oh, really?
You can tell by the way she walks. I mean, it's just a different, I promise you can tell.
Huh. Well, listen, my tell was like, oh, the media is not caping up for her. Here she is, some, darling star. And look, Angel Reese may be heterosexual as well, but, she's all into the hip-hop thing, and the hip-hop thing, I don't know. I can't speculate. These are college girls. I don't want to be speculating about what they got going on, but I could tell. If Caitlin Clark was on the Megan Rapinoe team, Angel Reese would have gotten annihilated for taunting her. That's what I believe, and that's when I was like, oh, something's up here. This girl's got religious values, and Angel Reese would have gotten annihilated for taunting her. That's what I believe, and that's when I was like, oh, something's up here. This girl's got religious values, and they might be real religious values. And so far, so good. Anyway, go ahead, Kim. You had something else you want to add?
Yeah, back Caitlin Clark. Now, that's a college basketball player that Don Imus would say, that's a fine young lady. That is a fine young lady. That's all that old Just leave it at that. Now, did I just hear you under your breath, Whitlock or Simplock, say, yeah, he's going to watch it? I'm going to tell you this right now, and I mean this in all sincerity, okay? I would rather watch the Iowa Hawkeyes football offense. You see them last year? Okay, Kirk Ferentz, fire your son. There's nepotism laws for. I would rather watch their offense than any women's college basketball. And shout out to Cooper DeJean, a white cornerback on Iowa. Okay, think about a white cornerback in the Big Ten.
Yes, lose every game.
It's like no. He actually had 3 picks. It's like all the right moves here.
Steve, and I'm saying this in all seriousness.
Oh, no.
I will bet you. No, I'm going to bet you $1,000 that you watch Caitlin Clark next season. And you'll be incentivized to win the $1,000 to not watch, but you will watch Caitlin Clark. She's going. Yes, you will.
I will watch the occasional clip that you're going to retweet. There'll be the incessant coverage, and I'll be like, what is this shit? I mean, honest, I have not cared about a women's basketball player since, like, Lisa Leslie, because she was from L.A., or Cheryl Miller, because she was from also Riverside, and there was one other one that I liked, Penny Toller, very slick ball-handling guard from Long Beach State. Those are the only ones, or maybe Cheryl Swoops, there it is. But come on, you know who I am. I am a man of stern principles. I stand on mine. Give me a break. Good grief.
What?
No.
What is the?
Steve, if Iowa plays LSU at any point, postseason, regular season, at some point, if they play against each other, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, that will be Brady Manning for women's basketball. That will be a big deal. You think you're not going to watch?
I'll tell you what I'll be doing on that night if that game's on CBS. I will punch up my DVR and I'll watch the U Part 1 for the 894th time. That's what I'm going to do. And then if I have time, I might watch the second part of the U, even though that was depressing at the end with the Orange Bowl being torn down. Sad day. God, this is so bad.
Well, listen, I'm just going to be honest with you. I've liked women's basketball. I'm sitting here researching in my mind. The first women's basketball player that I remember was this great player that in Indiana high school basketball in the 1980s, early 1980s. I just looked her up. She graduated from Indianapolis, Washington High School. Her name was Cheryl Cook. Man, could she play. Went to her high school games. In 1981, you know how young I was? I was 13 years old. And Cheryl Cook had captured my imagination. Everybody, she went on to play at the University of Cincinnati. She's in the University of Cincinnati Hall of Fame. And then my high school, we had a player, Linda Godby, 6'6", awesome turnaround jumper, went on to play at Auburn. Our women's basketball team, because of Linda Godby, I think played in the state championship game, and it was a big deal at our high school. Football team was nationally ranked and all that, but our women's basketball team had a huge following because of Linda Godby. I've liked women's athletes and basketball players and get fascinated by them from time to time, and Caitlin Clark has my attention.
I agree with that. And I look at
basketball players and get fascinated by them from time to time, and Caitlin Clark has my attention.
I agree with that. And I look to prove that we here at Fearless are not sexist, as everybody calls us all the time. I didn't watch Caitlin Clark because everybody was talking about her, because most of the season I had heard about her.
So did I, yes.
Never stopped to watch a game. And when I finally did, I thought, oh, this is fun.
Yes.
I don't like, the reason I dislike women's sports is because they're boring. If somebody happens to be interesting, like Caitlin Clark, then I'll stop and watch. I watched every second of the last two games because I don't know how you watch the early season women's stuff. I didn't watch the early season men's stuff. She's interesting. She's good. She's hitting runners. She's hitting 25-footers. It's fun.
She's the female Pete Maravich. And Steve, I'm going to start questioning. I'm calling you Cosell, but I'm starting to wonder, are you a real sports fan? This is just about being a sports fan.
Excuse me. I'm as real as a heart attack. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to compromise with you. If LSU and Iowa play again, the thriller for vanilla, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'll watch women's basketball again. Since that has women's basketball, Sana Lathan, she couldn't play. I'll give Omar Epps credit. He was actually not bad. He actually had some skills. I'll watch Love and Basketball. I'll check your Twitter account, and I'll take your word for it. Okay? Compromise set. This is what I do. I am like the Henry Kissinger of Fearless. This is what I do. Jeez.
Well, I love that name you just came up with, and we need to make sure that we remember that. The Thriller, I want to change it to the Thriller. Claim that before anybody gets a hold of it. I'm tweeting that out right now. The Thriller against Vanilla. That is, claim that before anybody gets a hold of it. I'm tweeting that out right now. Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.